Hello there. Today's video features one of my absolute favourite sets of irons. We'll review the clubs, have a very quick look at their position in Slazenger's club lineup, and then make our way to the course to play 6 holes with them. If there's something in particular you want to see, here are some time checks so you can skip ahead. We're going to look at the irons first for a change today. Anybody that's watched the channel before will know that I have a weakness for wingback style clubs, and this is one of my favourite sets among wingbacks. So let's have a look at these. On the table here we've got 2, 3, 5, 7 and double duty wedge. Let's start by taking this 3 iron. We'll have a look at that to begin with. This is pretty much a straight copy of the McGregor M85 Tournament Model that came out I think in 1955. It spawned a lot of copy clubs, and this one is a very close copy of it, but it's got a lovely clean design to it. We've got the Slazenger in the middle, TM, which is Tournament Model. This is the Slazenger Tournament Model, their top of the line club. Came out in 1956 as far as I'm able to tell. We've got an advert, a few adverts that we'll look at shortly. So let's have a look at the club. You can see a very thick top line, which is the same I believe for the McGregor M85 clubs. You can see it's a standard grooved face, 2 lines boxing the grooves in there, and the ferrule is black with 2 orange bands. These are not the greatest condition clubs, but it's a nice set. I did redo the paint fill, and I believe this is the correct colour, as I'll prove in a moment. So that's the head. Weight in the centre, against all current thinking, where weight is moved to the ends. So you do need to hit these out the middle to get the best performance from them. The grips on these, I re-gripped these. This set when I got them were a mixture of very old poor condition grips, so I re-gripped them all with Golf Pride Tour wraps, which are a nice grip. They do look like a leather wrap. We can see there some unchromed part of the shaft, which would suggest that the original grips came down below this point, and I do have a few odd clubs that I've picked up over the years. If I can just reach across for one of those. This is a 5 iron, and we can see there, I haven't touched the paint fill on this one, but we can see red and black, so they were the original colours. This one does have the shaft label on it still, and we can see that it's a True Temper rocket shaft, which came out in 1954 I believe. But we can see on this one the original grip, and on the end cap there we've got, just about visible still, an S for Slazenger. So this is the original grip without a doubt. And just look at the double duty wedge. I acquired this one after all the other clubs. I paint filled the 2 to 9. I haven't got round to doing this one yet, so this is still as I got it. And this one also has the True Temper rocket shaft label, and again we've got that same leather grip with the orange cap in the end. And on the bottom, it's not a sand wedge, it's not a pitching wedge, it's a double duty wedge. I can only assume means that you use it for pitching and for trouble shots in bunkers and such like. Quite a lot of wear on the sole, as I say. This isn't the best condition set, but they're very playable. Another point, just quickly to make, a few of these shafts have quite a lot of chrome loss. Where's the 7 iron? I think that's one of the worst ones. Here it is, the 7 iron. And if we look at that on this particular side, chrome loss all the way along the shaft. We've got a bit of a shaft band on there. Yeah, it's quite noticeable. Although I've played these on numerous occasions, and the actual shaft itself still seems to perform very well. They've not broken, obviously. The rust hasn't gone into the steel shaft underneath, it's just chrome loss. That's an indication that a bit of chrome loss isn't the end of it when it comes to old clubs. Right, that's the irons then. We're going to go on to the woods now. I've got 2 sets of woods to show you. One of the woods that I'll be playing, but before that we're going to look at a set of Slazenger Tournament Model woods. Right, here are 3 Slazenger Tournament Model woods, and these were available in 1, 2, 3 and 4 woods. Got on the top there the Slazenger logo, nice two-tone face, a black lozenge in a white surround, and on the sole we've got, as with the irons, big S for Slazenger, TM for Tournament Model. Very nice head though, and with the, as well as the 1 wood here, we've got, is that the 3? That's the 3 and the 2. So we've got 1, 2 and 3 here. Bit of a mark on the bottom. It would have been nice to have played these, but they do need refurbishing thoroughly first. We can see the whipping is coming away here, so I'll have to replace that. The faces, they are a pretty good fit overall. The shafts will again be True Temper Rocket. These shafts are in very good condition, as are the woods as a whole. And again, we've got that same grip, punches on the top and grooves on the bottom. So very nice matching set of 1, 2 and 3 woods from the Slazenger Tournament Model. On the toe there we've got oil tempered. Now, these are persimmon heads, obviously. Very nice clubs. Here then are the woods that I'm going to be playing on the course. Straight away we can see that they're 3 totally different woods. So let's look at this one first, and it is, as the insert might have given a clue, a Slazenger Tournament Model 1 wood. Aluminium sole plate, a little more worn than the previous one, but this one has been refinished. The original finish has been stripped off. There we go, we can see that the grain is just running horizontally across the head. It's a reasonably tight grain, so it should be a good block of persimmon. We've lost the toe decal as well as the Slazenger decal on the top. We've still got the original True Temper Rocket shaft label on there, and the grip has been redone as well. I did this when I did the irons, so it's got the same Golf Pride Tour Wrap grip. Oh, nice 1 wood there. Next club in the lineup is this one, which I've shown before. It's a John Letters Shopmaster. I restored this one, reset the insert. It's 2.5 wood. John Letters, made in Scotland, brass sole plate. Anything on the toe? Yep, genuine persimmon. And finally, we've got another Slazenger club. This one is a Slazenger Bobby Lock 262 4 wood. Red, white, red insert, 4 screws, and nothing on the crown there. I think this one might have been refinished as well. This would normally have been painted with Bobby Lock's signature on there. Any shaft label on this one? Yes, we have Slazenger Bobby Lock, and it's a True Temper Pro Fit, which would date it to sometime in the 1960s. Grip on this one, coincidentally, it's another Golf Pride Tour Wrap. I didn't put this one on. This came on the club when I got it. So that's the 3 woods that I'll be playing. And here's the putter. It's a David Lowe, if I can catch the light in that, who was a Scottish retailer. I'm not sure how much input they actually had to making clubs, but they did have quite a few clubs in their range. I think the Highlander might have been one of the models they had. They had shops or outlets in Dundee as well as Carnoustie. This one is stamped Carnoustie. Nice, very nice long hosel. It's a long blade as well. Unusual ferrule, cream with a black orange stripe on it. Let me just get a golf ball so I can show you the length of the blade. You can see there it's a lined face, and that lining is centre of the sweet spot really. I find the sweet spot, it's about there. So still a little bit towards the heel, but the lining gives a clue that the sweet spot is going to be down this end. Right, there's a ball, put that there, and we can see that the blade is quite long. If we positioned above the putter, and the sweet spot's going to be about there. I like long blades, so hopefully I'll put well with this one. We'll just have a look at the shaft on this one. It's another one with a True Temper Pro fit, and the grip is quite unusual. It's got a piece of, this would be a piece of wood underneath the leather laid down on top of the chrome, and that gives us the flat surface on the front face of the shaft. It's useful for lining your hands up with the club and ensuring that you've got it square. It does look as though it's moved slightly twisted now. It's a nice original leather wrap, and on the end there we've just got a plastic butt cap screwed in. So that's the putter, and that completes our review of the clubs. All I need to do now is get out onto the course and see if I can put a decent score together. As promised earlier, here is a quick summary of where the tournament model fits into the Slazenger club line, and I'm only including the UK in this. Slazenger had been manufacturing golf clubs in Australia for many years before they produced their first clubs in the UK. The tournament model, as far as I can tell, is the second club design to bear the Slazenger name in the UK, who had been known in golf circles for many years for the balls that they made. This advert from 1953 is for their popular B51 ball. While club manufacture had not been a part of the Slazenger name, not long after they acquired the Gradage name, they set up a golf division within Gradage's factory around 1934 to manufacture golf clubs. This was very successful, and Gradage models are quite easy to find, particularly Bobby lock clubs. Around the end of 1953, however, the Slazenger name began to take more prominence and appeared on golf clubs. This advert for Pinehurst clubs appeared in 1954 and suggests that the clubs were introduced around the end of 1953. Although on closer inspection, rather than being a new model, the Pinehurst appears to be a Gradage Bobby lock Triple Crown with different stampings, so perhaps the tournament model is Slazenger's first UK design. Returning to the tournament model, this is the earliest advert I've found and states the new tournament model. This one appeared a month later in the February edition, claiming that production is now meeting demand. And this one from the May edition explains how the clubs can be bought as short sets and then added to as required. This option offered a means of reducing the financial impact of a complete new set. I'm not sure how long the tournament model was in production, but I've only seen rocket shaft versions, which would suggest that production didn't extend beyond 1959. I don't know why the design was dropped so quickly, but two factors that loom large are: one, the partnership with Ben Hogan that began in 1957. I'm sure that this would have been the focus for Slazenger's sales and marketing department. And two, perhaps more significantly, was the sale of the Slazenger company to Dunlop in 1959, which would no doubt have created a need for streamlining model ranges across the two brands. In any event, production of the Slazenger Tournament Model seems to have ended in 1959. OK then, at long last it's time to see how the clubs perform. I'm going to play 6 holes of bogey format, match play against the course, rules as above. My course handicap is 15, so I'll be getting 5 shots over the 6 holes. And I'll also have another go at the Buzzworld Challenge, rules as above. Here are the lofts for the clubs. Pretty much as I like them on the irons. So let's get to the course. Hello, out on the course with the Slazenger Tournament Model irons and 1 wood. Let's have a look at the clubs in the bag. There are the irons then. The Slazenger Bobby Lock 2624, Slazenger STM 1 wood, and the John Letters 2.5 wood. And around this side we should have, there it is, the David Lowe Carnoustie long blade putter. First hole then, and I've nominated a draw for the Buzzworld Challenge. Not quite according to plan, a huge slice. Pick your tee up. After that poor drive, I'm 245 yards away. I've got a bit of a tuff behind my ball, so I'm just going to hit a 7-iron, trying to get it back in the fairway. That's pretty much what I've done. that's okay. Right, my 7-iron went 130 yards, left me 135 to the middle. I'm going to hit an 8-iron, it's a front flag, hopefully this will get me there. Not like that. First of many very fat shots I hit today. Right, I'm going to play a 6-iron bump and run. My short game has improved a little bit recently, so hopefully it's going to be okay today. Very pleased with that. It came out better than I expected. So this for a bogey, net par and half the hole. And there we go, all square. The John let us 2.5 with them. I'm going to be trying to draw. That definitely drew, so that's one of the Buzzworld challenges ticked off. Another terrible fat. Went about 20 yards that one. This time hit it a bit better and onto the green. So this for a par, net birdie, which would win me the hole. But that's a bogey, net par, hole halved. On to the next, another shot, and I'm hitting a 6-iron. Flags towards the back. I couldn't see a thing when I hit this, straight into the sun. But luckily when I got up there, it had done quite well. Just on the front right of the green. So longish putt for a birdie. And not a bad effort. This for a par, net birdie and the win. Even that short one was turning away. Any longer and it might have missed. But that's a win. 1 up. 2-iron in the back, so I need to hit it. I'm going to try the fade. I did hit the fade here, but unfortunately the ball went behind my body and the shot tracer didn't pick it up. But that's another challenge completed. Okay, the 2-iron went just over 190 yards. I've now got 142 to the middle of the green. It's very slight downwind. I'm going to hit 7-iron. It's a back flag. I think I'd got those fat shots on my mind there and topped it. From massive fats to a top. Unfortunately, I forgot to press record on the next shot, which was a nice pitch, which left me here and a putt for the par. Which I was very pleased to hole. That's a par, net birdie and the win. 2 up. On to the 5th hole, no shot, par 5 and a hit driver. Ah! But I hit this so far right, I need to bring in the next hole to show where it landed. That went 198. I've got 266 left. I need to hit my low and my high, so I'm going to try 5-iron low. I think that was low enough for a 5-iron. It is a lofted old 5-iron, remember. Right, that punched low 5-iron went 158. I've got 120 left. I'm going to try a high with my 8-iron. Definitely high, so high it came up short. That's all the Buzzworld challenges completed. I've now got another little chip and I'm playing the 9-iron. Again, reasonable contact and got it relatively close to the hole. For me anyway. It's a putt for the par. But it's gone by, so that's a lost hole. Tidy up for the bogey anyway, and on to the final hole, 1 up. Again, this was straight into the sun and I didn't have a clue where it went. Luckily I found it down on the right in the rough. I had 160 yards to go and I hit 5 iron, caught it well, but again couldn't see a thing. Well, that turned out nice. I'm already 1 up, so effectively I've got 3 putts to win the match. Well, being that close, it's a bit of an anticlimax really. I can't see me 4-putting from here. Well, that leaves me that one for a par net birdie, which would be a 2-up win. And there we go. Good result. How did the clubs perform then? The driver was okay. I've not been driving great the last few weeks, so any mishits were more down to me than the club. The 2.5 wood went well from the tee the one time I used it. The irons were very good. I hit a few fat shots, but also played some I was very pleased with. The putter is a long blade, which is a style I like, so no surprises that I was satisfied with how that played. As to the stats, I won the bogey match 2 up and made 3 pars and 3 bogeys for a 3 over gross, which is 2 better than my handicap. And I managed to complete the Buzzworld Challenge for the first time. Overall, a good day. Well, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!